Yeah, I'm gonna phone somebody to see if I can see that little channel down there?
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm not doing it. I got in trouble actually last time I went right. So, something bigger than that I'll do. But not,
The farther you go in, the farther you got to paddle back
yeah,
out.
yeah. Well, I mean, I like the smaller channels though.
Well, there's nowhere to paddle in there. You're at the mercy of wherever the water takes you. The grass keeps your paddles on the water.
All right, I think it's going to get a little bit interesting for a minute. And we had a quick little break at Wilson's Flats. It's about 48 minutes downriver from where we put in the bottom of Elora Gorge. So, good spot to get out. Actually, it's a good spot to put in as well. It's all flat water, the stretch of river. So, but lots of wildlife. We will see. Last time we came down here a few years ago, this is the section where you see more heron, and we saw eagles, and obviously we went by the osprey just behind us there.
Pretty nice wall of trees there, isn't it?
Nice spot.
Very steep.
And now, do you actually smell smoke, or is it just?
Oh yeah, they said it was coming.
Like this. You know the strange part about where I live? You get that all the time anyway, because the campground, right? So they're always burning wood at that campground.
Yeah.
And when I sit in my backyard, that's all I smell. On a weekend, for sure. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, only because I was going to crash into you. It was fine otherwise. I was trying to get further over to the left. No, that's us. All right, Gord, you're in the better spot over there. I gotta get out of where I am now. Get over there. You and I go in opposite directions. Hey? Well, at least we both went to the outside, though.
I hope
right?
you don't get stuck. I hope I don't get stuck.
Well, there you go. There's that white bird again, Gord. I'm going to go find out what that is.
There it is. White heron.
No worries either side there. As long as you're on the side, you're fine.
There's that bird again.
It does look like a herring, doesn't it?
It's a in trouble again. There was a couple of spots back there that I can't remember getting out last year. Or last time we were here.
I don't think you got out this side of the river though. I watched the video, Gord. You didn't get out. You only got out at Wilson Flats. And I didn't get out at all last year. And we got more water in the river, but we seem to be coming down different sides this year than not last year, last time we were down.
I noticed you had to get out of your boat there last week. I didn't realize.
You got that far into the video. That's good, yes.
Yeah.
So you obviously watched quite a bit of the video because
I was kind of squirting through to see where, you know, if I saw a boat, then I...
I'm glad we came up here and picked this stretch of river though. We haven't been here for a while.
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's, hey, hour and 3 minutes is not too far, right? It's not like going up to the Saugeen River.
I'm not a big fan of the drive, hour and a half there and back, but I'm more of a, I like local. I like anything around Paris is good.
I hear you, but I don't want to do the same thing every weekend.
No, definitely not. And you don't want to do Paris to or Cambridge to Paris pretty soon anyway, because the tours are up now.
Yeah, I'm happy to explore other parts of the Nith as well, as long as the water's flowing. Like today, the Nith would have been fine. Although I wouldn't have run canning today, though.
A little too high.
No, too shallow.
Oh, it wasn't running?
Nah, canning wasn't high enough to go.
You would think it would have been. We got a little bit of rain in Brantford.
See, this reminds me of the Saugeen because you feel like you've gone up north.
That's nice and wide like the Saugeen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that includes food or anything, or it's a combination and the bars bombing around. You probably have to rent a boat. I'm sure there's lots of kids in this trip. Isn't this where we stopped?
Nope. No, that was the covered bridge.
Oh, okay. I do remember.
And we got kicked off that lady's land. Ended up drinking the beer in the kayaks.
Yeah. We're sitting in there laundry. Maybe we overstepped.
You think?
Not a bad way to spend an afternoon. Not bad out here either. See?
See? Told you we wouldn't have to walk.
Nice. And it's moving fast enough that it's not killing me.
That's good. We're not in a hurry because, like, we got far to go today. 14.5 kilometers is a lot less than we would normally do.
That's a cakewalk.
Well, that's 14.5 kilometers is about the same distance as us going from Paris down to Grant Park.
That's half of what we used to do
Yeah,
on the 10-footers.
yeah, normally our paddles, before you hurt your shoulder, our paddles were normally 22, 24 kilometers.
Sometimes with 30.
Well, only on a long weekend.
Yeah.
On a long weekend when we had a full day to paddle, I'd stretch it further than that. I don't know if we've ever done 30 though. I think we did 28 on Saugeen.
What was Fountain Street, Brantford?
Oh, well, that's different. That one would have been 30.
We did do it. Remember we portaged the mill?
Yeah. No, I know. I remember in the fall there. That one would have been 30 because it's another 28. Oh, it's got to be 10 kilometers to get down to the bottom of Cambridge.
Fountain Street to Paris was a view. That was a fun day.
It was a full day.
Kayak or portage in the mill and people watching this and
Paddling down through downtown Cambridge is cool,
helping
right?
the homeless guy get bikes out of the water.
Yeah, that was a good day actually.
we just wanted to help everybody. We are a very helpful bunch. I'm gonna get way behind you, so you got lots of room to get in there first.
Yeah, so I can pull you out.
Yeah. Well, that too. But so I don't run into the side of you trying to.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll help you keep your shoes dry. Don't worry. I'm not sure we're
I might
getting
not
out.
even get out of the kayak.
Hey?
I might just sit and have a beer.
Well, I gotta get out of this kayak, man. I gotta get out, stretch my legs. My sciatic is bothering me today. I'm getting old. Is this the clearing you're referring to over here?
Is there enough there with those rocks?
Not in there.
That's what I saw right there.
No,
with those
nothing there,
rocks.
sir. We're not getting out there. Not unless you want to stand in the water.
That's unfortunate.
We'll find something.
Damn right we will. What about on the right there?
In a pinch, that would work, but you're not keeping your shoes dry.
Aha!
Oh, my leg's still asleep. It collapsed.
I could like pull me 2 feet and then hand me a beer. Best buddy ever, Dave Williams, ladies and gentlemen, pushing me out. And my feet are still dry if you're paying attention to the saga of the dry shoe.
All right, a second quick little stop. We don't normally stop as often, but it's only a 14.5 kilometer paddle, so we're basically every 5 or 6 kilometers we're stopping. So we've now got about 4.5 kilometers maybe back to the truck down at the campground. And then when we came down here 3 years ago, we continued past the campground underneath the covered bridge and got out on the bottom side of Conestoga Golf Course. So it turned into a 23 kilometer paddle instead of our 14.5 today.
Said we only got 4 kilometers. I'm taking it easy.
Well, you're going to have to go a little bit faster than that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And probably the
Well, I mean, if I give you a bump right now, we might get you going in the right direction. Then you might be able to drift, but I'm going to give you a bump. You're not stuck on, well, you're not. Otherwise, you're just going to sit there. Well, you know, you might actually float, but who knows? You weren't on a rock there?
It could be a...
When you're on a shorter paddle and you can take your time, you can stop and listen to the birds.
You're not in the market.
Well, I do love the fact that these rivers all have all these different ways of going though, eh?
Oh yeah,
It's
you're
just-
gonna get stuck.
You think? I was looking at the way this was going over here.
I could have let you go another 10 feet. You'd have been walking.
I bet you I wouldn't have. I bet you I would have gotten through that and floated my ass right through that. I guarantee I would have gotten through that. I was looking, I had my little line picked.
Oh, you were looking? All right. Well,
I was looking at where the water was going. Well, I haven't walked today. Oh, and by the way, because if you watch the video, when I get out, I make a mention of the fact that we are one each. Right? Because we keep track, we keep stats on who's walking in the river.
Yes.
We 0-0. I don't think either of us are walking today.
Oh, I wouldn't speak too soon.
Well, that's not true. I've walked in the river to get your kayak out so you can keep your feet dry.
I think we still got some shallow stuff ahead.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. The worst part was coming down from the bottom of Elora there.
Well, I'm so glad that we got to do it because it's this is definitely you have to time it after a rainfall.
Yeah.
It has to rain heavy Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Thursday.
you know the nice thing about this stretch of river though, Gord? It's interesting enough to want to come back, and I will come back here. I'd like to come back next year. But you can run it when the nith is too low in Canning. Because Canning was only 5 today, Gord, and this is 10.
No shit, eh?
Yeah, Canning, and we ran Canning last week and it was 6.5, right? So
I guess it didn't rain as hard as the prediction. Because the way it looked on like Thursday was supposed to get like all told 5 to 10 mil, right?
yeah. Now Canning was lower this week than last week, so we can get down this stretch of river when we can't run the nith through Canning. Ten's about right though in my book. I don't know if I want to come down here when it's running too much lower. Check the Grand River website. We're using the Montrose gauge when we're doing these measurements because that's where we're getting out. And we came down at 8 and now 10.5. And 10's better than 8 for sure.
Ooh, somebody's building a house in a very nice spot. That would be pretty cool. going at a nice rate where you can take it easy if you like.
Yeah, you just have to be careful with that lumber that's hanging out there, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I'm aiming right between those branches there.
Ah, the daredevil's coming out.
No, it's not running fast enough to be worried about that kind of stuff, Gord.
You're fine. That would have been reminiscent of the Nith River when we were trying to get in under that bridge that one time. Yeah, the drum boat. And we're out after that. We get out after that motorhome down there, right? Groovy. Sure, the park will be a lot fuller than it was when we were here before on a Friday afternoon. Yeah, home before 7. No worries. Woohoo!
He's wet. All right.
King Gord. Oh, you're the best, buddy. Oh, I can get out there. Yep.
Well, there you have it. That's our paddle from the bottom of Elora Gorge down to West Montrose in the covered bridge, a 14.5 kilometer paddle. We'll leave lots of the footage in so you can see exactly what the river looks like at 10.5 cubic meters per second. But we'll figure out what we're doing next Friday. Anyway, if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next week.